Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning, depending where you're joining us from. Thank you for joining today's live stream. Today we have a very special guest, or guests, I should say, because there's a bunch of people joining us today. Before we get to that, I'll just say welcome to those of you on YouTube and Facebook as well, and those of us who are sitting in our live stream room. Today, of course, is always about being interactive. So if you'd like to ask a question, please don't hold back, and that could be about our guest Dariane, who you'll meet shortly, or it could be about Capture on Live, which we're focusing on today. So if you would like to ask a question on YouTube or Facebook, just put that in the comments. That will come straight through to me. If you're sitting in our webinar room, you'll find a little box on the right hand side that says Q&A. So please put your question in there. Why? Because it's much easier to find, because as well as me, we've also got my colleague Victor helping out answering questions as well. There is quite a lot of you, so it's not always possible to answer all the specific questions. So Victor's helping out answering those Capture on Live questions as well. If you prefer to hide the chat, you can do so just by hitting that button, and then you'll get a bit more real estate on screen as well. So today is about Capture on Live, as I said, and it's much easier or more fun to demonstrate that if we have someone actually shooting at the same time. So let's go ahead and find Dariane, if I can press the right button. There we go. Hey Dariane, how are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Good. Thanks for joining us today. As I said, it's much more fun to see Capture on Live in action if we can actually have a shoot. And of course, you're going to be 100 times more capable than me doing that. So perhaps before we dive into shooting and looking at Capture on Live, you can tell us a little bit about yourself as well and what you do.
Yeah, at first, I'm so excited to be here. It's so exciting because usually I shoot and there's no people around look at us, even if it's not the team. So my name is Dariane Sanche. You can find my name on Instagram like DS Sanchez. That's my artist name. I'm a French photographer from Montreal. And yeah, so and fashion photographer and beauty photographer and creative photographer. So
everything. And today we're doing a live beauty shoot.
Yes.
And behind you, just peeking over your shoulder there, is the lovely model who we're going to use today as well. Yeah.
So we have the chance today to have Penelope, who's going to be the model, who's going to be a mermaid today. So this is a little bit the idea. So I'm very excited to show you after the mood board. And I'm very lucky to have today Marika Dauteuil. That's my bestie makeup artist. Yeah, she's over there. Yeah, and there's going to be Marc-Antoine too. That's my boyfriend. He worked with me all the time, and he's going to show you a little bit the setup we prepare today.
Fantastic. Shall we have a look at the mood board first? Does that make sense?
Yes,
yeah.
Of course.
So let's bring your screen into focus. Here we go.
Perfect. So my idea starts with this shot. This shot with the little bonnet. So when I do mood board, I start with a shot because sometimes I don't know what I'm going to do. So I just scroll on Pinterest. So I found this photo and I was like, oh, it could be very nice to have something on the head of the model, to have a look a little bit like this. So I was searching on Amazon and find that bonnet. So this is a vintage, I don't know how to say that in English, but a bonnet.
Yeah, bonnet. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So I start with this idea, and I don't know why, but I was a feeling that I wanted like wet. So I wanted like a feel of mermaid. So based on this idea, I find the hair I want, and I let Marika choose the makeup because she saw the mood board, so she was like creative about that. And after that, I chose my lighting around that because I was like, I want something very like mysterious, editorial, just like the light is coming through behind, and we're gonna play with that, and we're gonna play with a lot of my like gear I have on the floor. I'm gonna show it later. You're gonna see this is very nice. It's make the photo have a dimension, and yeah, this is the kind of thing I like to do. And yeah, so let me know when you want me to show the setup.
Sure. So just actually, before you take the mood board away, is this
Oh,
because it's
sorry.
often a question that comes up? Is this a process that you go through with every shoot as well?
It depends. Sometimes I found the model first, and when I see the model, I'm very like inspired by the model because of the future of the face. But sometimes I'm very how do you do that? How do you say that? Quand improvise. Okay, improvise. So
Improvise.
sometimes I really like to improvise. So I just, like I said, scroll on Pinterest, do this kind of thing, and sometimes you can just like click on a picture and go under there, and you see another picture. You click on over there, and yeah, and just like going through photo and make a mood board with the one picture, and the other one's going to come after. So I found this one for the lighting. I was like, oh, I love that. The lighting, like, I don't know how. Sorry for my English, I'm French.
It's better than my French. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you very much. So you can see a little bit of the mood of the lighting under the behind the model here.
Cool.
So we're gonna play with the dimension. So I put this one because of the hands gonna play like this. This one for the pose. So she gonna like play with the shoulder. And what I like about this, it's creating a character. So I love to put some idea of pose, and I love to call the model that they are my bibit. Okay, I don't know.
Bibit,
Okay, I'm
yeah.
gonna use alien.
That's
Okay,
bug, as I understand. Yeah, the
yeah,
bug.
but it's
Yeah.
not like it's like yeah, I know, but it's like
It's
a
a it's
alien a little bit.
an endearing term, isn't it? I think like
Yeah.
I've
So
heard that a lot in Canada, like calling kids bibit or whatever. Yeah.
yes, exactly. But it's not going to be a usual beauty shoot that you can see for jewelry campaign or thing like
Got
that,
it.
or beauty shot for the like just makeup. It's like a everything, like
Sure.
lighting, pose, like how the models look, and after that, like very beauty shot for the makeup.
Fantastic. Shall we see the studio then? What you've got set up?
Yes.
Okay. We've got mobile camera, which is handy.
Cool. So I'm gonna start here first. So I have my main light. I'm gonna use a beauty dish, yes. And to add a little bit of editorial touch, I put a blue gel. So for the background, and sorry, I'm not very technical about the name of everything, but yeah, I put bandors. Thank you very much. Marc-Antoine is very technical. I'm the creative one. Okay. So I have another light here for behind the model just to add a little like dimension. So if you go back, Marc-Antoine, to show everything. So it's very nice. I love this kind of light, but it's very simple at the same time because sometimes my setup is like a mess. There's so many things. Yeah, I create like setup. So here is just like Penelope, very nice and beautiful here because it's gonna be a beauty shot. So yeah, and we're gonna play with the clothes too. And I'm gonna show you the floor because it's an important thing. I have everything on the floor all the time. So I have this kind of thing that I like to shoot with. It add highlight with color. So sometimes with that, you don't need a gel. And what is nice with this is you can buy it on dollar store or something that you don't need to pay much for. And I have this little paper that I'm going to show through to have like a feel of mermaid. Is gonna add a little touch of color, which is nice because after that I do my little coloration on the Capture One. Have a thing like this. So today I'm just gonna use one with color too, but yeah. So I'm very creative with this one is en verre.
Like a small prism or something, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So for my creative shoot, this is the kind of thing I use because you're gonna see it add a touch. So
Great.
You have something special with nothing.
All right, so today's about collaboration. I'm your fake client, and today's, of course, about Capture One Live as well. So for those of you looking on YouTube, if you look at the top of the chat, there's actually a pinned link, which will take you to a Capture One Live session. And if you're completely in the dark about Capture One Live is, you're going to see that in a second, but it's essentially a way for a photographer to share their shoot either in the moment of the shoot, after the shoot, for a client so that they can see the pictures, add ratings, add comments, color tags, and all of that. And Capture One doesn't have to be running, which we shall show you as well. So as I said, that link is in the top of the chat on YouTube. It's also in our webinar room. I can see Victor's just posted that link as well. When you go onto that, just make sure you click the link that says join anonymously, because otherwise we'll have 300 people all trying to rate pictures at the same time. So when you join anonymously, it means that you can't add star ratings or color tags or comments, and actually that's something that Dariane can control. And I'll show you how I'm going to join the session as the client with full access rights. So actually, Dariane, if you go into the share online button, we'll show people where that's, yeah, this one, yeah. So just click on that for us. And then when the active session comes up, because it's all cloud-based, if you just click on the manage sharing one for me, yeah, then yeah, that one there, then we can see, okay, so I'm any collaborator at the bottom. And then I'm going to show you how I can join in a second, and you can see I have full access for rating, tagging and commenting. And then anyone else with the link, which could be someone who you actually don't want to collaborate on the shoot, but you want to show the shoot, which could be, hey, makeup artist, we had a great shoot. I'd love to show you all the pictures we took. Friend, colleague, and so on. Hey, what do you think of my shots? But you don't necessarily want them to have input. So I'm going to show you as the client what my experience would be. Everyone else who's watching, you can jump in and see straight away. So I need to bring up my screen for a second. So let's bring up my screen. So you can see I'm in my fake Gmail as we are at the moment, and it says, hey, I've been invited to a live session. So I'm going to click on that. I can go to the session. It opens a link for me, and I have to verify my email. And this is always a challenge for me because I forget how to spell any collaborator and get the right number of L's and everything. So now we've got a verification code, so an extra level of security. So if I go back to my inbox, you can see my verification code. So I'm going to grab that, and straight away I'm now in. And I have the ability, obviously, to throw in some star ratings and color tags, which we'll look at a little bit later. So I've got full access. You guys out there, sorry, have the ability to view, but not do those extra things. But Dariane, she can revoke that, at any particular time. So if Dariane suddenly decides, actually, I don't want David to mess with my pictures, then she can revoke that or change it at any point. So you're always in control. It's nice and secure, and so on. Okay, so please, everyone else, do go along and have a look at that link, because there's a pretty cool thing that we can do shortly as well. All right, just to bring up one picture here. So we've also got Dariane's copyright on there as well. so you can protect the photo further by adding copyright information, as you can see, or an overlay, I should say. It's probably a better way to put it. All right, shall we take some shots?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And David, if you don't mind, I'm gonna put a little bit of music, but very like.
Yeah, sure. If it turns out to
loud.
be intrusive,
Right.
then we'll say something. So
Yeah.
while you shoot, I'm actually going to turn on this button here up in the top left. So a little pair of binoculars. You guys watching can do that too, and that turns on follow mode. So when Dariane starts to shoot, it's gonna follow along essentially.
Shot
Yeah,
mode.
yeah.
But yes, because one thing I always love to shoot with music because it had a little bit of mood for the model and
Sure.
depends the shoot we do. And yes, it's a good idea, David, to shut my mic because when I shoot, I like to direct my model a lot. So
Okay.
I talk a lot and sometimes I scream when I'm very happy.
All right, we'll mute you off in a second, and then I'll
or you
talk
can
through.
let me like show people how I do when I
Yeah,
talk to my
exactly.
model. Like
Exactly.
you want.
Yeah, we'll take it as it comes. So you carry on and shoot.
Perfect.
And then if you're too loud, I'll mute you and talk.
Yeah, and I forgot that I have a little mic here, so
Yeah, exactly. We'll definitely hear you. Yeah.
perfect. Okay, so it's just like a soft music.
Sure.
Tu l'entends bien, Pina? Okay, cool. So we're gonna start like what we did at first. So on the side a little bit, yeah, and create some triangle with your hands. Yes, and you remember this one is like a little bit more in front of me. Exactly. Perfect. I'm gonna start like this and add a little bit of my creative gear.
Your reflection.
After.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So you're gonna see it's gonna come very fast in the Capture One Live. Yes. Nice. Regarde un peu par en bas. Puis tu sais, comme quand tu prenais ça ici. Ouais, exactement. Tu fais juste le prendre comme ça, tu le regardes, OK? Ouais, ramène de proche. Good. Parfait. And what I like about like, ah oui, reste comme ça, c'est beau. Okay, what I like about having one pose is that I can come and turn around my model, so I really like it. Yes, regarde-moi ici. Oui. Puis là, je vais amener ça ici, proche de toi. Oh, j'aime ça avec le triangle comme ça, qu'est-ce que ça fait? Nice, nice. Stay like this. So you're gonna see, I'm gonna add a little bit of green. Oui, oui, comme ça. Stay there. Ah, ouais, comme ça, c'est beau. Étire ton cou un peu, Pina. Ouais, comme ça. Yes. Ouais, bouge pas, Pina, OK? Reste comme ça. And you have to do a little bit of yoga to have some Look on the ground. Ouais. Ah, puis les yeux qui montent un peu là.
And just for the people watching, to be clear, so the screen you see above me, this is my screen where I am currently. So I'm in the UK, just outside London currently. Dariane, she's in obviously Montreal. So we've got, bunch of different network stuff going on essentially, but you can see the speed of the update. So of course, when Dariane takes a shot in Capture One, that gets uploaded to our cloud services. Then I'm on follow mode, as you saw earlier. So immediately, of course, then we send a notification that then Capture One Live knows to update like so. And then, of course, if at any point, if I'm the live client watching and I think, oh, I like this shot, oh, actually, I'm slightly hiding the bottom of my screen. So let me fix that for you guys.
Oh, c'est où mon affaire? Okay.
Because I want to make sure you can see the bottom. There we go. That's better. So it's just hiding the star rating at the bottom. So if at any point I see one and think, oh, that's nice, then I can obviously put on my rating, as I can do so here, or I can throw on a color tag. And then if I want to stop following at any point, then I can do so as well. But you can see the speed at which it's popping up. I saw Vincent's question here. I'm just going to reiterate what I said, Vincent. Seems to be a delay in viewing the shots. So it's pretty fast, Vincent, when you remember Dariane is in Toronto. I'm in the, sorry, not Toronto, Montreal. I'm in the UK. And I'm looking on my screen. So the screen you can see above my head, this is looking on my laptop. And then the screen you can see above Dariane, that's a capture on tether station. So essentially from time to capture in Montreal, we've got, you know, less than half a second delay into me seeing this just outside London. So shots coming in quick. And you can also see that depending on your connection. Don't forget, you can have a look at the live link and see how speedy it is as well. So, and as you say, Vincent, it's faster than sending by mail. Exactly. And we can collaborate in a second. I'm going to bark some instructions. But this way, I've also got the collaboration possibility as well. So if I come back out of this, and I'm just going to stop following for a second, then I've got freedom to go through and just look at, you know, some of the other shots that Dariane's just taken. So I'm actually going to pick out, and you can see I can browse nice and quickly. So I'm just using my cursor keys to go back and forth. Any that I suddenly decide that I like, I'm just going to throw in my color tag like so. So we can go through. There's some with a gel that we can see, and my browsing speed is nice and quick. If I want to zoom in closer, then I can do so as well. So let's see if I just double tap on this one, and I can move around, so I get an idea of focus 2. So let's go back. I'm going to say follow once more.
C'est beau de loin. My God.
And also, yeah, it's fine, Dariane. Don't worry.
Sorry, that's the kind of thing I do. Like I'm when I'm happy, I'm like, so it's normal.
I'm just gonna answer a question which I saw a couple of people ask. One of them was,
yes.
Does this work on the iPad? And can't give you a release date right now, but it is coming to Capture One for iPad as well. So I know, Dariane, you did an Instagram reel for us recently of a shoot to the iPad. So you'll be able to do the same for the iPad as well, which is nice. Let's just make this guy a bit bigger. There we go. So, and also notice that Dariane's not shooting, but it can now follow her editing or her selection. So as she's moving through Capture One, you can also see, I'm seeing what Dariane is seeing as well. So if we're having a chat just on the phone or something, it can be an easy conversation. What do you think of this shot? You know, and so on and so forth. And I've seen you've added your own star rating there as well. And you can see my notification, you know, down the bottom here following the capture or edit. Yeah.
So, okay, David. I see that you like on the side.
seems that way so far, yeah.
Okay, so the star and the color here.
Yeah, oh, I'm going to make your screen bigger so people can see that better. So just to be clear, let's get my big head out of the way. You know, any color tag star rating that I do. So actually, if you just stay on that picture, I'm going to fire a green color tag on that one. And you see on Dariane's screen, that's just popped up straight away. So look, if I put our screens next to each other, and let me just fix this. Sorry, you can't quite see the bottom of my screen. So I'm going to fix that now. Let's just give that a little tweak, little live scene adjusting as we go.
After that, David, if you want to change for the pleasure of my client, I have buy this. So, yeah, if you like to see a little change of the model.
Let's put those on.
And I have an idea with this because it's blue. Maybe I can show after that how quick I can adjust color on Capture One, and could help for a creative shoot to have like a feel of the editorial touch before the Photoshop. Yes.
Definitely.
Okay. So, oh, that's so sad. I love the cap. Oh, okay. Bon, je vais te laisser enlever.
You can actually see why Dariane's speaking. Look, she's looking at a filtered view at the moment. So these are the green tag ones that I've made. And if I actually take off this green tag and just clear it, you see it's jumped out of her view as well. So it's all happening pretty quick. So if I green tag now, then almost instantly it comes back into Dariane's view as well. So we can have a very seamless, fast, collaborative process, especially as I can follow what she's doing, and I can follow what she's doing.
Okay, so I do a little adjustment. So this is what it's nice. It's a little change you're gonna see. Bon, c'est genre un petit clip là, fait que comme ça. Yeah. T'as tellement des petits lobes d'oreilles. Fais comme moi. Bon, ça se peut que ça tombe, mais c'est pas grave.
I'm just testing the anonymous link as well. Yeah, it should be working. I just saw a couple of people in the chat saying it wasn't working, but maybe it was tricky to copy paste. So Victor, if you want to paste it again, just to be on the safe side. But as you see here, if I paste up the link and then hit the continue anonymously, so then you've got the same view that Dariane and I have, except you can't color tag and star rate.
Ouais, c'est beau ça. Okay. Sorry, I'm so excited. Like, I work a lot, so doing something creative for me is like, oh. So yeah, so I was shooting with my 100. Sorry, my English for the number.
It's all right. We've have a few French speakers online who are enjoying the model chat as well.
Yes, cool. Allô tout le monde. OK, fait que là, je shootais avec... sorry, I'm starting to speak in French. Okay, so I was shooting with my macro to do like very beauty shot. I love to switch macro, and after that, my 50 millimeters. So, because I have a better view of what's going on. OK, perfect, like this. OK, un petit peu par ici pour le visage. Regarde par ici. Ouais, descends un peu le menton. Ouais, comme ça. Yes. Et triangle un peu pour les bras. Ouais, comme ça. Okay, there. Perfect.
So I'll go back into follow mode again so we can pick it up.
Yes. Yes, c'est beau comme ça. Ouais. Nice.
Oh, Dariane, we're looking at your filtered collection, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, click here, going down. Oh, see, we have flash.
There we go. Yeah, we missed a flash.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a photo here and show you what I like. Okay, so when I start shooting, it was look like this.
Yep.
So I had a little like color, white balance, had a little bit of blue, green here, had highlight here. And what is nice with fashion and creative thing, there's no wrong answer. You can do what you want.
And see, color match wise, just looking at, looking at on the live broadcast, it's pretty good, actually, considering I'm looking on Google Chrome, you're looking on Capture One. So it's nicely color managed.
So, sorry, I have my song.
There was a couple of questions on setting up the copyright overlay. So that's something you can add onto when you set up the Capture One live session. You can pick any of your process recipes that have a watermark overlay, and then it will use that. But of course, yeah, Dariane, hang on, let me make your screen bigger, Dariane.
Yes.
So you can see up here, watermark settings, and then Dariane picks it there.
Because
like
I have on my, when I want to export photo, I have here. So. Dans le dossier où? Là? Export watermark.
Yeah,
here.
There we go.
You can drop here, and after that you choose it. Yes.
And that was something which which came when Capture Live first one came out. We had almost like a password system, but for security reason, the verification code was actually a step up and much better. And then also, I mean, we hope our clients don't download our photos and steal them, but you never know. Hopefully they wouldn't do that. But of course, it also prevents maybe less experienced clients just screen grabbing off Capture One Live or trying to download or whatever and using something which isn't completely finished. So this is a good visual indicator that, no, this is a preview. I'm obviously still going to do it. Oh, I like that one. I'm marking that green like so.
Yeah.
That's a cool shot.
Again, like.
In terms of you watching out there, can I use Capture One Live? Yes, you can. So if you're on Capture One version 23, Capture One Live is free to you. There's a few limitations. So the Capture One Live session will only last 24 hours. On the paid for version, which if you do the conversion, but it's €4.5 a month, or $4, I think. But if you look in your account, you'll see that. So the way you can upgrade is just to go into your account at capture1.com, and then next to your license key, you'll see the upgrade and how much it costs. But yeah, €450 per month. And the paid for version, the sessions last for up to a month, and you can have multiple Capture One Live sessions running at the same time. But on version 23, you can give it a try. You can try it out with your client, but just keep in mind it's only a 24-hour session. I'm following once more again, so we can see the pictures coming in. So I'm going to just stop following for a second because I want to go back and see one of those previous shots because I like that one. And I'm going to mark that green. The reason why I'm marking green is that later on, I can also filter to green and see my selection if I want to make any adjustments. And of course, Dariane, she can also filter to green, as you saw as well.
On va aller debout, Pénélope. Je vais prendre ma...
And in terms of the overlay, you can construct any overlay you like. So it can be text, you can put a logo there, you could do a whole bunch of stuff. So I assume what Dariane's done is just made a little PNG overlay with her details, and then you can modify the transparency.
De côté. On va y aller, tu sais, comme t'étais comme ça. Ah ouais, ça serait beau. Ouais. La traîne de mermaid. Guys. OK. Fait que là, quelque chose de posé, mais vraiment soft, c'est juste avec le menton qui lève. Oui, ça. Oh, come on. Everything is so easy when you have a model like Penelope. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oui. Look at this, guys. Just look like... Ça, il veut dire... Yes. And look at me here, like a bibbit. Yes. Là, rentre les mains comme ça. Oui, exactement. Oui. See the character that I like to put on my model.
Which camera are you shooting with, by the way, Dariane?
Oh, yes. I shoot with my Canon Mark IV.
5D Mark IV, yep.
Yes, sorry. And yeah, it's been a long time I have that. It's pretty good. I love it. One day I have to change. So if you have a recommendation.
Actually, just hold your camera up a second because you've got a handy little accessory which I'm always trying to encourage people to use, which is, actually I've got one sitting on my desk, I think, tether block, which you know what it's like when you're tethering, and a right angle cable. It's so easy to yank out the cable, make a mess of it, etc. Oh, sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, but this way with a nice right angled cable and also the tether block, then it really keeps the security of that cable. So just a little side tethering tip.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just remarkable how much damage can be done to a port, USB port on a camera. And this little, see, I've got little accessory, so you can see the bottom of it. It just has a channel which you wedge your cable in. Whether it's the reason why it's got these different cutouts is because this one is for a thick cable, and then you've got medium cable and super thin cable, and it's just a big bonus for protecting that expensive to repair USB port. So just makes everything a lot more reliable. Just while Dariane shoots, a little another side note about Capture On Live. So
Yes.
Dariane doesn't necessarily have to be online. So we're both online, so we can show you the in the moment shoot, if you like. But there's nothing to stop Dariane shooting. Let's say she's on location and there's no internet or whatever. She can obviously complete the shoot, get back to the studio, kick off the Capture On Live session. Everything gets uploaded nice and quickly, and then of course the client is then ready to view, collaborate, and so on. I'll show you some comments in a second as well. And also in terms of me actually doing the color tagging and rating, Dariane doesn't have to be online either. So let's say Dariane goes to bed because she's obviously we're in different time zones. I'm up and about. I can still go through the session, do my rating and color tags. When Dariane sits down the next day, gets in front of her desk, it will then simply synchronize up all the ratings, color tags, and so on. So I'm just going to stop this me sharing for a second. Let's just take one of these shots. I can also hit this little bubble. Let's just make my screen a bit bigger for a second. I can hit this little bubble and I can say, love this look, like so, and add this comment. And then you can also see, let's just bring up my, as usual, I forgot to bring up my little mouse locator. But you can see on my screen over here that if there's more than one person collaborating, then you can see who's made the comment as well. So if I go to another shot, let's put something else in. This one is great for the cover. And little love eyes emoji, like so. So now I can see, obviously, or Dariane can see who's made that comment. So if there's a bunch of people collaborating, then it all identifies who they are. If we go back to the main view, and then we can see all comments. So I get an overview of all the comments from this particular live session, and then I can click on any of them, and then it takes me to that picture and displays that comment as well. So as well as the star ratings and color tags, then you've also got the ability to see that as well. And I need to actually go ahead and do some extra star rating and color tags. Now, one thing I did forget, keyboard shortcuts. So I can also use my keyboard shortcuts to add star ratings and color tags if I wish, like so. There is also keyboard shortcuts for the color tags as well. But I won't use the shortcuts because that will make it very hard for you to see exactly what's going on. So I'm going to pick a few more. See, I can browse nice and quickly. So let's see, that was the last shot. So let's take this one. So I'm going to mark that green. Nice speedy browsing. So I've got no delay from pressing my cursor key. Let's go for a close-up.
I forgot that I'm in live. Hello, guys. Oh, sometimes we have like misflash, but sometimes it could be nice because you can like add an idea of what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Well.
So, dear client, do you have some requests for me?
Have you used your reflector boards yet?
My reflectable.
Yeah, your colored reflectors.
Yeah, but hey, I can use another one. I'm gonna show you. Okay, I'm gonna propose you something.
Okay. Oh yeah, you had the I don't know what to call them. Those things, yes.
Usually, I have to show you. En tout cas, attends. Is going on the camera.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
But for today, I'm just gonna like take it
Hold
in
it.
my hand.
Sure.
Yeah, hold it.
Who makes those out of interest?
I'm gonna put the links of. But I think the name is Parce que c'est quoi déjà le.
I'll show you.
Ça doit être écrit dessus sur le petit paquet. C'est pas genre baby quelque chose.
Something. That's pretty cool. I've seen people use. Oh, hang on. Let's get that back. Omni. Okay. I've seen people use like broken ashtrays and all kinds of stuff, but that's nice that that's something specific. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna use one.
Oh, question from Tim just came up. Be nice if you could control the sort order. So up here, Tim, let me just bring up my screen for a second. So you can see we've got a couple of options here, captured first to last and last to first. Sorry, just under my head, 1 second. So you can see those. So sort the photos by date, first to last, and so on. By default, the most recent picture comes up in on the top left. And you can also see I've got my own filtering options as well. So if I hit the search button, I can enter a search term, or I can go into my filters and I can say, actually, what have I picked so far? So look at my green star pictures. So these are the 12 shots that I've picked so far. And if I want to, I can combine filters. So if I wanted to see, okay, what's Dariane picked? So she's 1-starred these ones, like so. And see, nice and fast and responsive. And we can also filter by comments if we wish to. So I'm going to clear all those filters and come out of that. And then we're back to, oh, that looks nice. Let's look that up. Cool. Which one shall I take? Let's go for that one. Easy. Tim says, oh, that's new, love it. Yeah, so we've added a few things to Capture One Live. So that was one of them recently. Well, it was a little while ago now. Victor, who's adding comments, probably knows better than me. But I know we added this. We also improved this filtering. That was a little bit more basic. The follow, in my opinion, is actually working faster now. I don't know if that was intentional, but the follow in terms of following edits is really snappy too. Lens Baby, apparently, Dariane. That's the name of the company who makes those. Yep.
Yes, I know that was a baby in the name. Okay, so what's going on? We're gonna try another one.
Couple of questions that came in, which I will answer. How many people can collaborate on the free version? So it's limited to 25. So you can have 25 collaborators, which we assume would be enough for most shoots, I would say. And Freya was asking, can you set a max resolution for the preview for those unexperienced clients that may steal? No, the preview is set, so it's an optimized preview in terms of to give you, the ability so I can zoom in and check for details and sharpness and so on. And then the way to stop your clients obviously stealing, which I hope they wouldn't, otherwise we need to fire our clients, is obviously creating a copyright overlay like this. Gives a clear indication that it's not for publication. If you remember your high school French, so not for publication. So that's actually a really good example of something to put on your overlay. Soho was asking, can you follow the shoot full screen as the images are shot, or do you have to stay in grid mode? No, I can go fully. Oh, sorry, let's just go follow. So as soon as I hit the follow button, it takes me to full screen. And then if I wanted to full screen my browser, then obviously I can do that as well. Depending on your browser, it might be a bit more full screen than that. Oh, let's follow again. But following is by default always the full screen, like so.
Reste comme ça. Ouais, c'est beau ça.
And as you can see down here, following the live capture or edit. So it's not just the live capture. It's also if Dariane would come along and start making edits, then Capture on Live updates nice and quickly.
Yes. It's like ASMR. Speak in the mic.
Just click some whispering, yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Let's mark that. So you can see that as Dariane goes through pictures, then it also follows along as well.
Exactly, and love to make some change sometimes. Curve. And if I want to see before changing my lighting setup, sometimes I can propose to client, hey, do you prefer it like light or darker? And after that, I can change it. So it could be cool. That's cool to like explore with the just setting. If you go darker, you can see a little more the, how can I say it, highlight.
More intense.
Yeah, because sometimes when it's too bright, you lost a little bit of the feel of the mood. And after that, of course, with my post-production, I'm gonna like highlight this kind of thing, like the mood. So when I like it, I click here, can take a bunch of this, apply.
Nice.
Hey. Cool.
It's interesting, as you applied, it actually flashed through all the ones on my screen that it applied to, so that was pretty cool. There was a question from Brandon saying, can you adjust the length of time the session is active for? Now, it's active for 4 weeks by default, but you can stop that at any time. So Dariane can cut me off and everyone else whenever she wishes, but it's simply open for 1 month. On the free version, it's open for 24 hours. Yeah. Let's just make your screen a bit bigger so we can see what you're doing. Oops, wrong button. I've got like 5 million singles. Here we go. That's the right one. So a little bit of style brushes. If you haven't used style brushes in Capture One, it's just a super quick way to do local adjustments. So they're preset brushes, which have a number of things like adding brightness, lifting shadows, adding saturation, and so on. It's just a great one-click way to do a little bit of dodging and burning, etc. So
so I just take my brightness. I can use many. You have many ways to like dodge here, or you can go and even if you take iris, whatever. But yeah. So now it's a creative one, but sometimes I like to, for every shoot, when I have a nice picture, she have contacts, by the way.
Oh yeah.
It's very good to have it in the eyes. Yeah.
And just so people can see, my Capture on Live has picked up the one that Dariane is editing as well. And every now and then you'll see it refresh, like even with the little changes to dodging and burning and so on, then it's picking those up as well. Fantastic. Geez, you know what? We've been going for 40 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yes, exactly.
So I think what we'll do now is just to show you one more time, like in a typical situation. Let's. I'm just going to add a green tag to that one because I like that. And let's take this one's pretty cool as well. So in this situation, of course, as you saw earlier, in case you missed it, I can filter to my selection. So that's all the ones that I've picked. And as that's synchronized back to Capture One instantly, then Dariane can also filter to my preferred selection as well. One thing that's definitely worth pointing out that is easy for us to assume is are we uploading the raw files to the cloud? No, we're not. So what we're doing is uploading a smaller preview, web resolution JPEG, whatever you want to call it. So you don't need tons of bandwidth. So if you are working on location, over mobile or whatever, let's just refresh that. So if you are working, at lower bandwidth and so on, it's not going to slow you down, because obviously uploading raw files, especially if you're shooting relatively high resolution, is not going to be feasible. So it's a low resolution JPEG that gets sent. So it's we're not stealing your raw files or anything like that. Just so when you've finished editing that one, I'm going to follow you again just so people can see once more how that works. When you've finished editing that one, then just show the filtering, because I'll bring up my filtering and we can show that it's a perfect match
here
as well. Yep. So if I go to my filters, let's go green tag, and then
let's see your favorite. You like green, I see.
Yes.
Okay, green. So
and you can see I've got 16 results, and then you have to know where to look, but if you look at the top of where Dariane's just clicked, it says 16 files. So we've got our match of filters like so.
Nice selection, David.
Yeah, you approve?
I approve. Totally. The Little Mermaid.
Definitely. Excellent model. Every shot's spot on.
Thank you, Vanilla.
As we've only got 10 minutes or so left, we've obviously talked a lot of technical stuff. We've shown you how Capture One works. You've seen we can have that security overlay. You've got the security of adding people via email, and they need that verification code. You can see how the star ratings and color tags are nicely synchronized, and the speed, which is super important if you want to follow along live as well. So we've seen a lot of technical stuff, but Dariane, technical, yes, we've seen, but what about the business impact? So how does this help you with your clients, or just in your daily work?
It's helping me for a lot of points. So I have my little notes here.
Little notes, yeah.
Yeah, my notes. So first thing first, what I like, it's the base of this app is to shoot collaborating, even if it's in remote. So I like it because I already tested with a client. It was for jewelry shot, just product. So the client was like very far away in another city. So they cannot come for this kind of shoot because this is just product. So even if it's a model too, but so what was nice is she was working at the office at the same time she can like look at the shoot and approve the shot. And we was on FaceTime sometimes to just like talk together. It was easy, but it was very easy because she just like put the star she wants, and she can add comments, so she can like just prepare the shoot for her.
And I guess it's quite typical now that you don't, well, certainly after, I hate dragging up the dreaded pandemic, but certainly after those couple of years, it was more and more likely that you would be working alone and the client would be remote. So yeah, it's very typical now.
Yeah, another thing, because it's nice for when you have clients, but it's nice. Example, I have a friend who lives now in Germany. Okay. So she's a designer. So sometimes she send me some clothes, and we can do a shoot like in remote like this. And example, if today Penelope was wearing a clothing of my friend could be like far away and just look at the shoot like she was there. And this is very important for me because she cannot take the plane like she wants. So yeah, and this is nice to like have the feel that the person is there and even if she have, well, comment je pourrais dire ça? Elle a pas Capture One. Ah, merci. Even she doesn't have Capture One. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. Everyone has a web browser, and that's also a good thing to point out. So I'm using my laptop to obviously view, but there's no reason why I couldn't look on a phone, look on an iPad. Doesn't have to be Apple, can be Android, just any web connected device. Then we can see so. So yeah, phone, iPad, you name it. Nintendo, Victor just wrote on a chat. So if you have a web connected Nintendo, then yes, you could look at that as well. Yeah. So any web connected device, so it doesn't have to be a computer. So your friend in Germany could be taking the train into the office, looking on her iPad and doing her ratings and comments, which you can then pick up the next day.
Yes, exactly. It was very practical. So another thing, my workflow. So in the past, I was like not tethering, not Capture One, and now it's like I cannot live without it. Like I love it because it's creative, but yeah. So for my workflow, because it's I'm able to skip some step because usually I do some gallery on the website to show clients like my selection of the picture, or just I do a quick selection and show them the selection, and now they can just like keep connected with the Capture One. So I have no need to do a selection, export, going on gallery. So it's very easier because sometimes, and now I do a lot of campaign, and the client of the campaign really need the photo like now. The shoot is done, and the first thing they tell me is, okay, so when I'm gonna have the selection? I'm like, yeah, let me have my dinner, and after that,
then I would do it. Yeah, I guess it does prevent a lot of that export. Here's a selection of pictures. Oh, can you, make this one brighter, darker, or I prefer the color toning. Then you have to adjust, export, send them pictures again, and so on. So actually having a live gallery is a lot more efficient.
Yeah. And even if the shoot is over, the client can have access to the shoot. So I have a client tell me like, it could be so nice that I can like going back to home, and when I'm sit behind the driver and just like look at the selection in the car, and because everyone wants everything very fast
immediately. Yeah.
Exactly.
We have no patience.
And even if the models or the makeup artists, they are so excited about the shoot, and sometimes they want to have their own like comments on their work. So they are very happy to look at the shoot after, and everyone were like so excited about shooting something nice and creative and editorial that we want more. So after the shoot, we like to like have an eyes on the photo shoot. So this
for sure.
Really nice.
And just to show everybody, just on my phone, you can see the Capture on Live. So it's also optimized for mobile devices, so I can swipe between the pictures. I'm just on the anonymous one, but you can see the star ratings and color tags on the bottoms as well. I'm just browsing over 5G. I'm not on my Wi-Fi, and it's nice and speedy and responsive and so on. So
yeah,
cool.
Another thing. Wait, last thing.
Last thing.
I like
yes.
that. Yeah, you tell elderly people, but what I like is that everyone can be on the Capture One. It's like mini access. So so this is cool.
Absolutely. Okay. Was that a question from Mark in the background?
No, that's okay.
I'm just checking for the last couple of questions. Victor, thank you in the background for answering a million questions as well. So I think we've covered most of those. Yeah, I think we're pretty good there. Victor's still beavering away in the background. Also, we'll leave the live session running for a little bit once we close, and then that way, if there's any other questions that can answer, we can do so. And also, when the recording goes up, we also put a list of the Q&A if you want to refer back to that. So we have a couple of other things. So any other questions for Dariane, just shoot them off now before we have to say goodbye. But I'm just going to put up a little picture. That's not the right one I was looking for. This one. So just to give a little bit of a credit, we'll get the team on the camera in a second as well. But I'll leave this all up, and maybe you can explain a little bit on the right hand side, talking about your coaching as well, which is currently only in French. Yeah.
Yes, for the moment. Yeah, so you want me to explain?
Yeah, just tell us about your coaching as well.
Okay, so on the right, I'm gonna tell it in English, of course, but so it's been 2 years, me and Marc-Antoine working on projects. We call it La Méthode Dariane Sanche. So we now doing coaching for photographer who could be everyone, could be like a person who shoot already and just want to have a kick for the creativity, and we can help us with that, can help them with that. Sorry. Other thing, sometimes we have like a photographer who go out after the photography high school, and they just need a little like help to from a photographer who already do photo shoot. Yeah, but on the website of the Dariane Sanche, we have a page who explain every like little detail about that. Mm-hmm. If someone is interesting about the coaching, we can like have a call phone too to see if we can help you with what you want to learn. Mm-hmm. And we are really there to like help people to find their creative touch, to have their own how can I say that in English?
Their own voice.
Trouver votre niche.
Yeah, find your niche. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, help with lighting, help with Photoshop, help with Capture One, everything.
Everything. Fantastic.
Yes.
Speaking of the team, just bring everyone in so we can thank them for their service today as well. Yeah.
Marcia, are you there?
And Penelope.
Can you come here? Just say hello.
Just give us a wave as.
Yes, to people remember your face. Call
yes.
you. Yeah, my dear friends, Marcia.
Thank you.
And Penelope is over there. Yours was so good, Penelope.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you.
She's so like editorial. She bleached her hair.
Thank you.
Come here.
And Mark as well. Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, yeah, I hope certainly from looking at the comments and everything, people have very much enjoyed seeing the workflow today. Just to finish off on a couple of questions, someone was asking, do I have to, when I shoot, do I have to somehow nominate that as a Capture One live session or whatever? No. So any collection, like it could be an album, a folder, you can set up as a Capture One live session. So you don't have to decide at the time of capture that something is a Capture One session. So any pre-existing collection you've got, you can start sharing straight away. So you can go through your entire catalog, pick what you want to share. You can go through any specific session and pick a collection as well. So no, you're not limited to that at all. So don't worry about that. I think that is pretty much it. The only thing I will say, just I'm just going to bring up a page here, support.captureone.com. So if you go to our, I'm just going to make my screen a bit bigger, Dariane, 1 second. So if you go to our support.captureone.com site, and then Learning Hub, and then live streams, So you see currently it says it's upcoming, but tomorrow we will put the recording there as well. And you'll also get a follow-up email mentioning that. But what you can do, which would be really smart and really super helpful for me, and I'll just make my screen a bit bigger so you can see. Let's go for this one. Up in the top right, there's a little follow button. So if you hit that, whenever there's an update to the content or new content comes, then you'll get a notification so you'll know when new live streams are. So as I said, support.captureone.com and head over to our live streams like so. And then if you want to dare to spend some more time with me, then we've also got another one coming up on February 23rd, which is talking about working with sessions. So thanks again, Dariane. Let's just put up your little card so people have your socials as well. But yeah, you come up very quickly on Google if you put your name in. So, and dssanchez.com is easy. So thanks again, Dariane. I wish we could spend more time. We could do a whole shoot-a-thon or something for 12 hours or whatever, but there we go.
Yeah, but thank you very much, David. You're
Pleasure.
very good at what you do.
Thank you. Years of practice. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, thanks everybody, and we hope to see you again in the future. And take care and enjoy your weekend when it gets there. So bye now. Oops, I'm pressing a button which isn't working. Hang on, end animation. There we go. Now I'm going to press it. Thanks everyone. Bye.